Recording the audio. Welcome everybody. Hello Facebook. It's awesome to be here, and I am joining you from Maui today. You guys might have seen this a few months ago, but I got my beads on. You guys can see it, my lays. So we'll wait a minute for everyone to come and join us. But today we are talking about the perfect pitch. How to nail your elevator pitch, also known as your Brandshake. So I ran a little contest last week, and we came up with everyone hates the word elevator pitch and everyone hates the word networking. So next week I'll announce the new word we came up with for networking, but today we're talking about the perfect pitch and how to nail your elevator pitch, also known as your Brandshake. And I can't remember who came up with the name, but when I do, I will announce it and give away the hat that I promised. So for all of those of you joining in, hello and welcome to Coffee is for Closers. Today is episode, I think it's number 45. And again, today we're talking about the elevator pitch, your Brandshake. Same terminology, but the elevator pitch, it's like as an entrepreneur or a small business owner, I can't tell you how many elevators I don't go in. I try to always use the stairs, and I think the elevator pitch is such an outdated term, and I ran this contest, and someone came up with the word Brandshake. So we're going to roll with Brandshake as the new name for an elevator pitch, because I think it resonates so much better. And thank you all for who participated. We had like over 75 ideas, and it was awesome and super fun. So today, like I said, we're going to go over the perfect pitch, how to nail your elevator pitch, also known as your Brandshake, and what's entailed with that. So the signature recipe for today is what makes the perfect Brandshake, right? Like if you were going to shake someone's hand and say what it is that you do in your brand or your business, what is it that you would say? A cup of wisdom. We're going to go over your what and your why. Creating the perfect pitch or Brandshake, like how do you even come up with it? So I'm going to show you two structures and go over two different ways that you can choose whichever one works best. We'll go over a cup of wisdom 2 times today and setting a goal for the month. And then leave it with energy for the soul. So that is what's on deck today. So let's go over what makes a perfect elevator pitch, or as we discussed, a Brandshake. So really, number one, you have to believe in what you're selling, right? I think that's the basis and the crux of everything. If you don't really believe in what you're selling, then how will anyone ever believe what you do? And I'm going to give you some examples of this because I literally just went over this last week. And I had our CPAs in town. You guys know I help my friend Dominique with her business, and we work with CPAs and enrolled agents, and really how to offer a high value service for their clients, right? And the biggest question for them is like, well, what do I say as to what I do? Because as CPAs and accountants that I've learned that we work with, it's very, I guess a lot of the services of the lower value they think is more of like a commodity now. Like everyone has to get their taxes done, everyone has to get a tax return done, but does everyone need the prevention work? Like, does everyone need to save money on taxes earlier in the year? So I now have an 8-week class called How to Sell Without Selling for CPAs and accounting professionals, right? And I completely, number one, believe in what I'm selling, right? I know that I can help people transform their business by getting really, really confident in their sales conversations, by setting up really strict boundaries against their ropes and who are they going to let pass their red ropes and who are they not going to let pass their red ropes. And then I also am very confident in really helping the community of accounting professionals overcome this question that they get all the time saying, well, what is it that you charge? And because I am so confident in that, believing in what you're selling makes me do my elevator pitch easy, like no brainer. But it all comes down to that one thing, which is really believing in what you're selling, right? You have to believe so deeply that you would do anything to help people. And I tell you this because even in my 8-week sales course, for the first 10 people that I did a beta with, they didn't have to pay anything. All they had to do was show up. And if they showed up, then they got the class for whatever they did. They didn't have to actually take out their credit card. But I believed in it so much. And talking about it in a way that's as natural as breathing. Like, you don't have to make up anything. Your heart rate doesn't go up when you start doing your new Brandshake. Your demeanor stays calm and the same. It's all really, really important in having a powerful new Brandshake. Or for those of you that are just now listening, I'm talking about the old saying called the elevator pitch. And no one really likes that term. I definitely don't like it, so I'm on this mission to come up with newer, hipper terminology that speaks to us entrepreneurs that are out there hustling every day. And the other thing is when you have the perfect Brandshake, the other important element is that you know who you're talking to. And I know exactly who I'm talking to, and when I talk to them, it's very clear and concise, and it resonates with them. So any CPA that I talk about, you know how you take on all of your clients that come and call you, but then you hate half of them because they drive you crazy, or they don't get your documentation in time, or they're always trying to negotiate prices with you, or they, file extensions all the time, or all they care about is the cost, and they say, oh, the other guy down the street can do it cheaper, but then you really need the revenue, so you want to do the work, and you just take on everybody. I really know who I am selling to. And when you know who you're selling to communicate your perfect brand pitch becomes flawless and easy and simple. And also showing up as the most authentic version of you. If I did not like to help people with sales, you all would probably really know that, because I wouldn't be here for 45 weeks teaching you all these elements and areas of sales. I mean, we've talked about everything: building relationship, overcoming objections, how to set up your boundaries. Now we're talking about an elevator pitch. Next week, we're going to be with a really special guest right here, and we're going to talk about business pickup lines. I mean, we've talked about it all here, but I think I come across as my own authentic version of me. Otherwise, I would be a different person every single week, and you guys probably wouldn't be here showing up and hanging out with me or even listening. So also, you want to be able to share a solution with people who really need it. And what I realized with my Sales Without Selling sales course for accounting professionals is that no one's really ever been trained with sales. No one's been trained in anything that I teach in. And so it was definitely a solution to a major problem that existed. And the results are really what proved it. So those are a few elements that make a perfect Brandshake. Or, if you want to use the old word, the perfect elevator pitch. So if somebody has a problem, right, and you have the solution, and you don't really need to sell it, you just need to share it. And that's just one of my quotes. I always say that for the people that are, if you're scared about selling or you hate selling and you think that, it's just really not your thing and you rather just do why you started, let's just say you started this business like Dominique, and she just loves to teach CPAs the technical side of the business. However, the problem is in order to actually help these people, she really needed to, get new clients. Well, if you want to get new clients, guess what? Getting new clients is just sharing what you do. It's a form of sales. So if you hate the word sales, just say you want to share your products and services with people. And so that's what really selling is all about. And when you're thinking about your elevator pitch or your Brandshake when you're out and about, it all stems to your what and your why. All right. You guys, for whoever is watching on Facebook, if you can hit the share button and share it on your pages, that would be great. That would be great. Hit the share button, okay? And then we're going to get into what is your why. Ross, your brain is sexy as hell. Well, thank you so much, Ross. I really appreciate it. And Ross is going to be with us next week. I want to be your boy toys and take me Hawaii. You're hilarious. No, I'm in Hawaii on my own, okay? My best friend from high school lives here. Best friend. So I get to come here whenever I want and hang out. Look at the beautiful paradise. It's like you're in a tropical... So, you guys want to hear something hilarious? So I have this swatter that it kills mosquitoes because there's mosquitoes in here and I don't want to get bit. But anyway, let's get back to the program. So your what and your why is really what will help you define and pick the best brand shake for yourself and your business and your brand. Number one, you need to know your foundation to your pitch, right? What do you do and why do you do it? Think about it really clear, like what it is that you do and why do you do it? What is your business all about? What is your why is it your personal mission? And who can you help? So those are the main elements and ingredients to your perfect brand shake, okay? So I want to give you an example because my personal mission, and I've said it before, but I guess we can repeat things a lot because people need to hear things a lot of times. So my personal mission is now, it was to help entrepreneurs like you really build the confidence in your sales conversations to really get over the no's and the rejections that we get in our businesses and to get past them, to get more yeses. That's my ultimate mission. Now, I've niched that down even a little bit more to really help accounting professionals, so CPAs, enrolled agents, get really confident in their sales conversations to help us taxpayers keep more money in our pockets, pay less to Uncle Sam, and allow the CPA or accounting professional get paid a little bit more so they get paid their worth and they want to deliver more value to us as the consumer of their services. That's my main mission. Now, if that didn't sound like, wow, she really knew her stuff, let me know. But that's really where it needs to come for you. So, like my friend Kat, I've spoke about Kat before. She is extremely passionate about her meetup business. And she will help you get literally hundreds of people to show up to a meetup. So these are leads for your business if you have a business that's local where you actually need to see your clients in person. And it's just phenomenal. But she's so passionate when you talk to her about it. It's like, Kat, can you help me out? Like, I really want to, I think, do a meetup now because she's so immersed in what she does. And that's really the key to all of this. You have to be so immersed and passionate and have your personal mission and your why and why you do things like, why'd you wake up today? Right? And I always say, like, I'm gracefully resilient, inspiring myself and others to take a stand for what you want right now because there's no guarantee of tomorrow. There has been so many things that have happened in life in the last few months. I mean, people getting in accidents. I had my friend Monique, one of her dearest friends, he's a comedian, literally just didn't wake up from his sleep on Friday. Like, you guys need to really understand your why and be grateful that you have the opportunity to do what you do every single day. And who can you really help? And that's what this is about. So let's go into creating your perfect new brand shake, because that's what it's about, right? Your perfect pitch or your brand shake, whichever one you use. So there's two structures, okay? If you guys want to see what the structures are, there you go. Structure number one is I help blank. So you want to fill in the blank with your ideal client. I help business owners with more than $200,000 in revenue annually. I help people that manufacture prepared meals with businesses over $1 million in revenue. I help accounting professionals and CPAs that have a practice of over $150,000 annual revenue. Whatever it may be, you fill in the blank, okay? Then, second part of the structure is with. What is the problem that you help solve? So for me, I help CPAs, enrolled agents, and accounting professionals with getting the confidence in their sales conversations and never give away any more of their knowledge and value away for free anymore. That's mine. So you guys would put in with blank. What's the problem? So that they can have whatever they dream about having. Okay? For a lot of the accounting professionals that I work with, accountants, CPAs, enrolled agents, whatever you want to call them, the dream is to not come to work with a pile of tax returns stacked this high, working 12 to 16 hours a day, but actually just work regular hours, make more money, help more of us pay less in tax to ultimately keep more money in our pocket and pay less to the government. That's the goal. So you really need to think about what is it in your Brandshake that in your business you help the people overcome, and what is it that they can have by overcoming that. So you really have to think about this. So I invite you to take today or take the weekend and really write some of this out, because it's very powerful the next time you go to a networking event. But we have a new term for that too. So structure number 2, what I've found is that a lot of whatever your ideal clients are want to solve a problem. Okay, so this is how mine would go. What I've found is that a lot of accounting professionals, be it a CPA or enrolled agent, who want to save their clients more money, never give away their information for free, and pick and choose who they want to work with. Okay? But I don't believe they succeed as they'd like to, right? So I don't believe blank. And then, do you know anyone I could help? So now you're putting it on the person who you're meeting to help you find that ideal type of client. So let me show you what it looks like all together wrapped up, okay? Here's a really good hot tip too. You want to use action words. So you help people, you guide people, you teach people, you review things, you provide, whatever it is for you, pick the best word that suits you. So I help mission-driven entrepreneurs and business owners sell high-value services to their clients without feeling sleazy or pushy, so that they can increase their confidence in their sales conversations and increase their revenue. Okay? That's mine. If I want to get it a little bit more specific, because I'm going to an event, networking event, or we'll call it something else later, where there's a lot of accounting professionals, this is how it's going to go. I help mission-driven entrepreneurs who are CPAs, enrolled agents, or accounting professionals sell high-value services to their clients without being sleazy or pushy, and really have the confidence to get paid what they're worth, so that they can increase the confidence in their sales conversation, increase their revenues, and never give away their inventory, their knowledge, for free. So that's my Brandshake when I meet someone at an accounting event or whatever event it is. So you might need to tweak yours, okay? So let's go over the purpose, right? Like why is the elevator pitch like so important? And I think it actually there's a ton of reasons why this is actually really, really important, because not only do you want to be able to say it quickly, but I use this when I meet people at events. I use this on planes. I use this in line at the grocery store. I use this in line at Starbucks when people are on their phone all the time. Instead, you can have a conversation, but how many times do you get asked this question? What is it that you do? Right? Everyone always asks you that question. It's inevitable. If you're meeting someone for the first time, they're going to ask you what you do. If you get introduced to someone for the first time, they're going to ask you what you do. Like my friend Eric, okay? My friend Eric, I met him at an event, and I really wasn't going to this event to really meet like business opportunity clients. I was actually going to this event to meet podcast guests to interview on the Wednesday episodes right here. And I met Eric, and guess what one of the first questions is? Well, number one, he asked me, how did you know about this event, right? And the second question typically all the time is, well, Michelle, or, well, the pitch queen, depending on what my name tag says. What is it that you do? This is the perfect opportunity to know your Brandshake in and out. And I highly encourage each of you to take the weekend, think about it, write it down, tweak it, say it to a few people, get feedback, write it down, tweak it, say it. It takes repetition and it takes practice, and it's always going to be evolving and changing. And depending on what event you're at, it's actually going to tweak as well. So I was telling Eric about my, sales experience and my sales business, the Pitch Queen, and the business side of the business where I have an 8-week sales course for accounting professionals. But really what it turned into was an introduction to Kevin Harrington, who's going to be coming on the podcast on Wednesday for the interview shows. And that's really what it's all about. It's about connecting and also having something benefit them too. And for Eric, I've got some people going to his events actually, and then I know he's going to be a guest on the podcast. But again, my point is that you get asked all the time, what is it that you do? I can't tell you. I get asked it on airplanes like all the time. So the purpose of an elevator pitch is really to describe a situation or a solution so compelling that the person you're with wants to hear more after you make your Brandshake. And this is a quote from Seth Godin. I just changed the end of it, but he's like, it's a compelling that the person you're with wants to hear more after the elevator ride is over. But again, I don't know if I ride really in elevators anymore. I like to take the stairs, and I don't hang out in office buildings all that often. So if you're like me, let's use the Brandshake to really find our future ideal clients and have other people be able to say, wow, I want to know more. This sounds interesting. And when you can really understand the why and what you're doing, that's the number one key. Number two, what is the problem that you help solve? That's a massive problem that would resonate with someone even if they wanted to make an introduction for you. So that's what this is all about. And I have a goal for you this month. And the goal for you is to go to one networking event. And again, we're going to have a new name for this next week because someone else won a contest for it. And make at least one serious connection with someone who you will both mutually benefit from. Okay? Very important that there's a mutual benefit to each person. And again, you're not trying to meet 100 people. You're not trying to meet 10 people. All we're trying to do is connect with one person, because if you meet the right person, they can introduce you to so many more people. Even let me share another story. So I was at the event where I met Eric, and I met another pal. His name is Manny. And I met Manny, and guess what? Manny was there with his son. His son's a little entrepreneur, pretty cool kid. And even Manny said, what do you do, Michelle? I can't stress to you all enough that this question is going to get brought up to you if you're a business owner all the time. And you really want to have at least one or two good Brandshakes to share with people, depending on where you're at. But even with Manny, we built such a great relationship, and he had a nonprofit for orphans. He actually was an orphan himself. And just from that connection, he has introduced me to a few people to be a guest right here on the podcast, Success Unfiltered, on Wednesdays. However, in return, he told me what he did, and I was so inspired that I actually donated $1,000 literally after a week or two of meeting him to help him fund 4 orphans. Like, it funded a certain amount of stuff that they were able to do. And that's the way it's mutually beneficial. So not only is Manny probably going to help me out in the future, actually he did. He asked me if I wanted to go to an event in Vegas. He had a free ticket for me. He asked me if I wanted to come to another event in San Diego. He had a free ticket for me. And I wasn't able to attend either, but I was able to gift the tickets to someone else. So it's almost like a domino effect. This keeps helping more and more people. And with the right Brandshake, you'll be able to make a bigger impact in the world and help more people. So it literally takes 5 to 10 seconds to say, but it might take you an hour or two to put a few together, test it out on people. So hopefully this is something that you can take and roll with and put into place. There's 2 different options that you can work with, so you can go back and listen and write it all out. But again, one of these will resonate with you the most, and you're going to start attracting and meeting the people that not only you can help and serve, but really also be able to make a really big difference, not only in their lives, but in your life. So I'm going to leave it with that today. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. Let's see, what do we have? Where is everyone on Facebook? I don't see any of the comments. Uh-oh. I didn't want to go there. All right. So, I don't see any of the comments. So if you guys have any comments, put them in the below on Instagram. If you guys have any questions, again, you can get the full replay over at Eric. I'm glad you like my mic stand. So when I travel, I just use my hand as the mic stand. Oh, these things are like my lays are shutting junk. Ugh, gross. Anyway, I use my hand as a mic stand, but at least I bring the good audio because I have to have good audio. All right, any questions, comments, put them in the comments below. If not, you guys, it was an honor to be here with you today. It is a warm day. I think I'm going to go to the beach right now. But next week, we have a very special guest, so stay tuned and go make it happen. Go put your brand shakes into play and start making a difference in who you speak to and how you speak to them and how you can make it mutually beneficial. All right? I'll see you all next week.